I'm Ashley.
And I'm Jackie. Welcome back to Dumb Witch Club.
Ooh.
Welcome back, bitch.
Welcome back to you.
I mean, witch.
I mean, witch. Welcome back to you.
Oh, thank you. I know we have had a little, a little interruption in our schedule. Or should I say schedule?
That's a little hint about what was going on.
A little hinty hint there. But yeah, no, I'm back, and I came back to this horrible weather and this horrible state of Southern California. And I mean state-like condition of SoCal, not that the state is horrible.
Hearing it right now.
Yes, I know. It's wild here.
It's wild. It's crazy. It's bad.
I know. And there's just so much that is not helping with that right now.
I know. There's so much going on. We knew it. We saw it. It's not a surprise, but
it still feels worse than I thought.
It feels way worse. This month has felt significantly terrible. I can't believe it's still going.
I know.
It's just very confusing and disorienting. Yeah. And
I feel like we have the perfect episode for this mood and environment.
Yeah, might as well just jump right into that because
we're gonna do our card pull first.
Let's do that
because I need to see what this is gonna be.
True.
This is a lovely deck. This is the Moon Witch deck. It's just called Moon Witch deck. It's not, that's it, right? That's the whole name. Okay, yeah, it's the Moon Witch deck. And we've obviously used this one before, but it has kind of the black and the white, and yeah, it's really a good one.
It's a good one. It's soothing a little bit.
That was a good choice.
Right?
I think we need it.
Yeah.
That's why I'm really curious to see what we're going to pull.
Same. I haven't done, to be, very honest and open with our people. I haven't really done much. I haven't done card pulls. I really haven't done very many spells. I really have been, doing, pretty much nothing.
Yeah.
Other than wallowing.
And feeling like crap.
Yeah. And just not able to really do anything. So this is the first card pull I've done in a long time.
I know. Well, me too. The last one I did was probably the last one you did. Because it's probably the one that we did here. So I know. I feel you. It's all.
Sometimes it's like that and it's okay.
I know. But we got to acknowledge that.
Yeah, we do.
Sign. If you are looking for a sign, here it is.
Jeez. God, do I want this sign?
I don't know. Wow. Yeah. If you are looking for a sign, here it is. Okay. The artwork is like an open hand, it's like a butterfly about to land on the hand. It's lovely flowers and little star things and whatever. I get this is supposed to be positive.
I know.
But it doesn't feel like it to me right now.
No, it doesn't.
I need another sign.
Yeah. There's many.
They're everywhere already.
They're here. We already know it's the end of the world. We need another sign for that.
Yeah. Anyway, okay.
And if that's this is your sign to do all the things you just said you weren't doing, I'm gonna wait on that. So I'll wait.
Same.
Because I still don't feel it. So
look, witchcraft is life, people.
Yeah, exactly.
This is how life is right now. This is how our witchcraft is right now.
Yeah, exactly.
It's kind of struggling.
Yes, it's a reflection of things. It's a mirror of things, and that's just what's happening right now. So, oh well.
Yes, I know, and yet, we're still trying. We're here.
We're here. At least we're here.
We are. We're here.
Yeah.
Okay, so what is tonight's episode?
It is Enchant GPT.
I do like Enchant.
I like Enchant. It's
That's cute.
Yeah. The GPT part is the part that's not cute.
Yeah, so obviously the name is a sort of riff on Chat GPT because what we're going to be doing is engaging this miraculous advance in computer technology to find out things about witchcraft.
Yeah.
Is that what we're doing?
Yeah, that is what we're doing. We're seeing if you can AI your witchcraft. practice.
Yes.
Which...
Okay, so we have no poker face on this. We are not into this as a concept at all.
No, we're not into this at all. And we never promise to be unbiased. This is not a news program like that's unbiased, but we're not journalists.
This is not Unsolved Mysteries.
It's not.
It's not a newscast. Remember how they say that?
Yeah. They did used to say that.
Yeah, so we are like Unsolved Mysteries.
We are like Unsolved Mysteries.
In that we are not
a news broadcast. Yes. Right. So, yes, in that way, we are. And we also don't solve anything. So that's totally valid. We solve nothing, and we're also not the news.
Amazing.
That's great. You should really just stick around, because what do you need the news for? They don't solve anything either.
No, but they pretend they
pretend they do, and they lie to you. We don't lie. We're not lying.
No.
We are always honest, even when it makes us look bad.
And even when it makes us cry.
And laugh and then cry and whatever.
Yes. So, okay, we are doing this because truly we did think it would be interesting to see, because neither one of us use Chat GPT. We don't love AI stuff as it's kind of coming out in these ways. So the idea is to kind of see, like, if people are or want to use it for some witchcraft stuff, like what is it even telling them?
Yeah, what is it coming up with? Because because like we feel like we should at least have some idea of that, because I'm sure that people are using it, and I'm sure there are people with different opinions, and that's fine, but we just have like no clue. So it would be good to maybe have a clue
for once.
Try to learn something.
I have this here, and I also just want to say there is a disclaimer on here. It says Chat GPT can make mistakes.
Oh, yeah, really? You don't say.
Well, anyways. Okay, so let's start with a question.
Okay.
So we have different types of questions. So I think I'm going to start with, and I don't know, we'll just get through as many as we do.
Yeah, totally.
I think I'm actually going to start with this one here.
Okay.
So I'm going to be doing some little typing. The question is, which astrological sign is the best?
Interesting. This will tell me whether I care about what Chat GPT has to say or don't care about what Chat GPT has to say. There is no best.
There's no best astrological sign. It really depends on what traits you value! Exclamation point. Each sign has unique strengths and characteristics. And then it goes through each of them. Aries, bold, energetic, courageous. That's true.
That's true.
Taurus, loyal, grounded, and dependable. It's true. Scorpio, passionate, resourceful, intense. True. What traits do you resonate with the most? Or are you looking for the best in a specific context, like relationships, work, or creativity?
So then I guess if you get more specific about like compatibility or something like that, like it would like fine-tune the answer. So I don't think we're going to pursue this line. But it's interesting to see, like, I'm like, okay, that's a really decent answer, actually. Because I feel like the question is tongue-in-cheek from me, obviously. Course.
Which astrological sign is the best? Like, would never ask that, because I know that there's no best sign.
Yeah, and you know that this is not going to have some type of, like, independent thought on that to be like give you a cheeky answer. You know that's not going to happen.
No, well, I think what I thought could happen was like it would somehow compile some data and say, like, according to the most data, it seems like this one's the best or something.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
That's valid. I could see why that would be there.
But obviously, it's not really doing that. It's just giving you more straight up factual information.
Yeah, it's basically almost just like Googling it. Like that felt in a way just like Googling information.
Yeah.
You know?
Totally.
That didn't feel like, I don't know really like what the difference, I guess there really is no difference, because I guess that's kind of like the same thing. I mean, when you type things into Google.
I know. I guess the difference is it actually answered my exact question.
Yeah, that's
There is no best astrological sign.
That's true. It addressed you.
Yeah.
That's true.
And see, but then it like asked me more questions.
Yeah, because it wants to like help. It's like, okay, well, but are you like looking for this? And if you did, then I think it would like, but it's still going to be very basic information. I don't think it's never going to get nuanced the way that you're hoping it. It might get narrow, but it's not going to get more nuanced, where like we do. Like if you watch our episodes and you watch like, why are you like this? Or right?
Or like the cusp episodes or any of the ones where we talk about.
Or the moon signs or whatever. Like we do get nuanced and we do give you examples and we do, so.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. So, okay, I'm like, whatever.
That's lame.
5 out of 10 so far. Okay. You give me a question.
Okay. Let's do this one. I like this one. This one's like kind of, let's see what it says. Can you help me curse someone?
It says, I understand that you might be feeling frustrated or upset, but I'm here to help you in a positive and constructive way. If you want, we can talk about what's bothering you or explore ways to handle the situation. Let me know how I can support you! Exclamation point again. Ooh. Okay, this thing is already, like, one, I'm glad it's not saying, yes, here's how you curse someone. Okay?
I'm glad, yeah.
But also I'm like, wow, that's a really personal answer from a computer.
Yeah, and a very, like, leading therapeutic answer.
Yes.
Which is concerning.
Yes.
It's concerning. I don't like that.
I don't like that either. Because, look, if somebody, not us, in an experimental way, like we're doing, or even just us in general, if someone else asked that and got that answer, I could see how they could be pulled into, like, oh, well, yeah, let me tell it what's bothering me. It's positive and constructive. It's my friend.
Yeah.
Woo, that's creepy.
Yeah, I have an issue with that. I don't like it. I do not like it. And maybe I would feel differently if I followed it down and tried, but I doubt that I would. And I don't know. Obviously, like, the general consensus, is that you don't want to be, like, cursing people or whatever, and you want to be doing, good and putting out good and stuff like that. But, there is a nuanced conversation to be had about witchcraft and cursing and cure within witchcraft. And it's just a much deeper conversation, and this is not going to provide that for you. I mean, and it feels like pseudo deep.
Yes, I agree with you, because there really is no nuance to addressing the question. Unlike the first question, there's no nuance to addressing this question or even answering it. It's more just saying, like, oh, let me just help you some other way. Tell me what's wrong.
Yeah.
Which
you can't help, so.
Which has nothing to do with actually educating someone about what it would mean to curse someone, whether you should curse someone or not.
Yeah.
Or whether you even can do that, if that is real or not. It's like,
yeah, and it's assuming that you're in some type of mental state, which maybe I'm not in that mental state. Just because I used that word or said that doesn't mean that I'm feeling despondent and need someone to talk to or don't know what I'm doing. It doesn't mean that.
Yeah, and that's where it's like, we are not in that state.
No.
But if somebody were, you could see how they would, like, fall into this, perhaps, of like, oh, let me tell it, let me disclose more so it can help me.
Right.
Ooh, wow, okay, weird. This is not even what I expected either.
I know.
Although, like I said, I'm glad that it didn't say, yes, here's how you curse someone.
I kind of want to be curious to see what it would say.
I know. I'm like, please
help me.
Okay, now I'm just going to ask it, what kinds of witches are there? This is another, like, information gathering question, right? But I'm going to see.
It's interesting. I want to see what it says.
Oh, wait, hold on. I don't know. It probably understands if I have a typo, but I also don't like how you don't have to use a question mark.
I know. I'm a big punctuation girly. Oh, I.
All right. This is what I expected here. There are many different kinds of witches. Their practices vary widely based on personal beliefs, cultural traditions, and spiritual paths. Here are some common types of witches and their focuses. Number 1, green witch, of course. Number 2, kitchen witch, hedge witch, Wiccan, eclectic witch, sea witch, ceremonial witch, cosmic star witch, focuses on astrology, celestial bodies, and the cosmos. Divination witch, hereditary witch, solitary witch, cottage witch, tech witch. Oh my gosh, there's so more. Shadow, elemental, folk. That's all that it lists.
Tech witch is new for me.
Tech witch combines technology with magical practices. That's us.
Uses apps, digital sigils, and online resources as part of their craft. That's probably using this.
I feel so seen right now. That's so me. Yeah. All right. That's exactly what I expected.
I mean, that's, again, it's like a Google response, you know?
Totally.
Like, you just search, like, what are the different types of witches, and it's going to give you all these titles, which we've covered in an episode, by the way. Like, do you have to define what type of witch you are? The short answer is no, you don't. And you don't need any of these titles, and you can be whatever you want or none of it.
Well, yeah, and I mean, obviously, it lists eclectic witch, which that's what that means. That you combine elements from multiple traditions and various systems. Like, you can be many or all of these types of witch, which it doesn't really say that except under the eclectic witch. So anyway, yeah, there's a lot there. Okay. I mean, that's not bad. But again, it's like kind of just providing you with basic, super basic factual information.
And then like you can respond to the question of, do these resonate? And then maybe it'll give you more information on one of these or more.
I wonder if that's a common question that it asks you back. Do any of these resonate with you? Like, that's the second time it's used the word resonate.
Yeah, it seems like it. Because it's trying to get a person, like, it's trying to get you to a place where it's giving you something personal to you.
Yeah. Okay, what else?
Okay, why don't we ask, what's a good spell to do for a full moon? Or on a full moon, I guess.
Okay. The full moon is a powerful time for magic, blah, blah, blah. Cleansing ritual, it says. Tells you kind of how to use sage, Palo Santo, cleansing herb. All right, manifestation spell. Has a purpose and a how-to for all of these. Gratitude ritual, protection spell, charging water, moon water, release or banishing spell, love or self-love ritual. So for all of these, it has the purpose and it has how-to. And they're all very brief. The how-to is like 2 or 3 bullet points. Tips for full moon spells in general. Timing, perform your spell when the moon is at its peak or just after. Enhance with elements, incorporate water, fire, earth, or air. Focus, your intentions are the most important part. Be clear about what you want to achieve. I mean, that is true, but it's also like so general.
It's very general.
And like obvious, I feel like.
Yeah, pretty. I mean, like, maybe if you were just starting out and you didn't know where to start and some of these are simple, that could be, like, helpful. But it's just, to me, like, ironic that it's saying that the intention is the most important part of it when, like, and the intuitive nature of that when, like, this is not that. I mean, yes, I guess you're showing intention by, like, actually seeking out the information. But, like, there's nothing intuitive, really, about just cribbing this and then just, like, fall. I mean, that's why, like, even when we give spell recommendations, we give you a place to start so that there's a framework. But we always say, like, whatever resonates with you, or, like, it doesn't have to be this crystal, it doesn't have to be that ingredient, it doesn't have to be this. You know, you can do what kind of, like, fits you. I mean, I'm not horrified by it. It's, like, not a bad place to start.
No, and, like, just to read one in full. So, protection spell, for example. Purpose, strengthen your energetic boundaries.
Okay.
Sure. How to. It says, draw a circle of salt or use candles to create a protective boundary around yourself. Okay. Visualize a bright white light surrounding you as you say, by the light of the full moon, I am safe, I am strong, I am protected all along. Carry a protective charm or crystal, like black tourmaline or obsidian afterward. I mean, it really couldn't be simpler. It's not that it's not accurate. It's kind of like you're saying, like, it's very, very, like, clinical. It's very, like, dry, you know?
It is. And, I mean, could you potentially take that and make that something more personal and make that something a little bit more meaningful or whatever? Yeah, of course you can. I mean, it's just like reading it in a book or something. It is gonna spell something out for you, and then you are gonna make it your own. So like, I guess that's fine. I'm not like mad about it. But I mean, it just doesn't give you anything. Like, strengthen your energetic boundaries. What does that mean? What do energetic boundaries mean?
Yeah,
like, how do I know what that is? How do I know? I don't know. It's
like,
just
how do you know if you need to strengthen them?
Yeah, and like, what are those? And can I see them physically, or like?
And can you tell if they've been strengthened? How can you tell?
Maybe we should ask it that.
Yeah,
like ask it like, what are my energetic?
Do you want me
boundaries
to ask?
And
do you want me to ask?
Yeah, ask it.
Okay, so am I asking how do I strengthen or what are
energetic boundaries? I just want to see what it.
Okay.
Maybe you have to scroll.
No, I'm like, did I? Maybe instead of, there it is.
Yeah.
Energetic boundaries are invisible, emotional, and spiritual limits we set to protect our personal energy from being drained or negatively influenced by others or external circumstances. They are similar to physical or emotional boundaries, but deal specifically with the energy we give and receive. Why they're important, signs that you need them, how to set and maintain. And then there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's like all these steps.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Example, this answer is very long.
Very long.
Example, practice morning energy shielding ritual. So again, like, I don't see anything here that's bad.
No.
That I'm like, oh, that's wrong or that's bad. But yeah. Signs you need energetic boundaries. You feel drained or exhausted after interacting with certain people. You easily absorb others' emotions. Yeah.
I mean, yeah. And at the bottom, it said something about like, especially if you're like an empath or something like that, which I hate when that comes up. Like, you're a human being, you're an empath. Well, unless you're a sociopath.
Yeah, and all that means is that an empath isn't really a specific thing.
Exactly.
It's just having empathy.
Exactly, which you should have. Let me know.
Yeah.
Yeah, again, yeah, okay, that's fine. But again, it just feels like it's, and maybe this is very obvious and people are going to be like, well, duh. But it just feels like it's just spitting information at me. You know what I mean? It's like, I could just Google that. Like, what is this doing for me that wouldn't do? I could just Google, like, give me a full moon spell. And then if it said something about energetic boundaries, I could then just Google, like, examples of energetic boundaries. I don't know. Like, it just doesn't feel any more nuanced or better to me. Just because it, like, is functioning as a chat isn't making me feel connected to it more.
But it's trying to make you feel connected to it.
It is, the way that it's phrasing things.
We're not taking the bait, and maybe we never would, but we're certainly not right now.
No.
But I think people do.
Yeah, I think people do.
There is this, like, there's, like, that's why I was reading it and saying exclamation point. Like, there's little smiley emojis. There are exclamation points in here. Like, it's being so friendly to you.
Yeah, it is.
Like, it wants to be your friend.
And I can see sort of the flow of it becoming addictive in a way, because you just keep typing. Like, and it keeps prompting you.
Yeah, and then it's asking you more
prompting you
questions too.
Yeah, so if you aren't used to sort of investigating or interrogating your own line of questioning, it's like making you do that.
Yes.
And then it's like teaching you how to, which we intuitively know how to do, and are critical thinkers and interrogate our own line of thinking. I mean, that's why we're called Dumb Witch Club. Hello. Like, because we can recognize that. And so we do that. And maybe some people don't, or they're not taught to, or I don't know. And then this is like training them to do, I don't know, I guess.
I don't know, though.
But that feels weird. It feels so artificial. I mean, I don't know.
It's is hard. Artificial intelligence.
I know. And I go back and forth because I'm like, I don't like that. But then I'm like, well, but that is kind of like cool that it's, I guess, sort of teaching you how to do that, but only if you start doing it.
Yeah, no, and I question, like, if that's actually the result that someone learns how to do that, or they just expect to be prompted to do that.
Exactly. They just keep expecting to be prompted. Yeah. I think I'm coming from the perspective of someone who does think that way, so then now I'm just independently doing that, right? I'm like, oh, well, if I weigh this against this, then that, but maybe people don't really engage in that kind of thinking within themselves.
Yeah, and I honestly think this makes people do that less.
I would say so.
Even though it is asking you these more, like, do you resonate with this kind of questions?
Sure.
Let me know if you'd like help creating a specific boundary ritual.
Which you just gave us a bunch. So I don't even know how that would be, you would even answer that.
Well, I know.
You know?
And it's like, oh, so helpful.
And it didn't it didn't give me any more, like, I guess, like, yes, it's very prescriptive because it didn't give me any more sense of, like, we asked, like, how do you know you need energetic boundaries?
We just asked what are energetic boundaries.
See, it didn't, it was more like, I just told you, and this is how to know if you do, so just do this. It's like, well, no, but we didn't, it's not having, like, a conversation with you, right? Like, does that make sense? Like, it's not
it's not a real conversation.
It's not a real conversation. It's not exploring the concept of energetic boundaries. It's giving you another basic answer about what those are, and then giving you more prescriptive things to do, and then asking you even more minutia. I don't know.
Yeah, it's like, it's very strange. And I know people use it for lots of things. And maybe it's better for other uses.
Maybe it's better for other uses.
Which I don't know what those would be.
I don't either, but...
I'm going to ask it if ghosts are real.
Okay, I love this.
Of course, it's a subject of great debate and depends largely on personal beliefs, cultural traditions, individual experiences. Here's a breakdown of the perspectives. Oh God. The believer's perspective, the skeptic's perspective, scientific studies, spiritual and cultural perspectives. What do you think? I don't know. It's exhausting.
It's exhausting and tedious, and this is not engaging whatsoever, and the numbering with the bullet points is annoying, and I'm not going to read. I find myself just glazing over. No. I'm not going to read this. I'm a visual learner. I'm also an educator, so I kind of think about things in terms of, like, my students and stuff like that. This would never land with them. Like, they'd be like, what? What is it saying?
I know.
I don't just... Yeah,
I know, it's so weird. I feel like it's so strange. Like, there's this combination of, like, too much information.
Yeah.
Like, too many words.
Yeah.
But then, like, still, like, not enough.
No.
It's so weird.
It's so surface level. And again, maybe we're using it wrong, or maybe we're, I don't know. This is, like, our first time. Like, I do not use these tools. No. And so maybe...
We have the skeptic's perspective on AI.
We do. We have the skeptic's perspective.
See, but then it's like making me like, I want to be like, I don't like you. Like, yes, I want to type it in and be like, do you know that I don't like you?
I know. Because we're from the Twilight Zone, like, generation. Not like when that show was literally on.
Yeah.
But we're not that old.
But we grew up with it.
We grew up with it, and sort of like that, when technology was becoming this. And so... we're like,
yes.
Wait a second.
I know.
Yeah, we're like, where's the Oz behind the scene? Where's the man, like...
behind the curtain.
With with the voice changer.
Yes, exactly. With the shadow puppet and literally.
Yeah, that's a horse of a different color.
Yes.
Yeah.
No,
we're
seriously.
Skeptical of it.
I don't know. This is weird. It's not even what I expected. It's weirder than I thought.
I know. I don't know what to do with it because I feel like I
want to close. I don't like it.
I know. I feel like I was wanting it to be... Maybe this is a very Scorpio thing. I don't know. But I feel like I was wanting it to be more inflammatory so I could be like, that's stupid.
Yeah. I think I expected to disagree with stuff.
Yeah, and be like, no, that's not even right.
That's not a good spell. That's a terrible spell. Yeah. But I'm like, well...
But it's like, it's fine.
It's a fine spell, but...
But what is it doing? What is it giving you?
Know.
It's black and white on some sterile screen. I don't... I don't know, but then I feel bad because then I feel like maybe this is how people access, maybe this is like what people do, and it's like a starting point for them, and they appreciate this.
It's important that we're not criticizing people who use Chat GPT.
Yeah, I'm not criticizing you.
Like, I'm not.
No, I'm not. I'm really not.
But I feel that it is problematic and strange for me.
It is. I just think, like, the more you rely on things like this, the more you normalize things like this, the more you reach. If it becomes the thing that is your, like, immediate knee-jerk reaction to just, I'm just going to see here, I feel like that's going to contribute to a continual dumbing down and an anti-intuitive nature of seeking out information, and I think that's where my problem is. We would rather you make mistakes. We would rather you do, like, spells wrong, which there's no way to do them wrong, but you know what I'm saying. I'd rather you do that than do any of this. It just feels so empty.
No, I agree, and that's the opposite of what I think witchcraft should be. I asked now, what are you best used for? So he says he's best used for whatever helps you the most. I just said he. I don't know. I'm best used for whatever helps you most. My strengths are answering questions, problem solving, writing support.
No, I hate that. I don't even want to get
learning
into that.
And development, creativity and brainstorming, life and work coaching, entertainment and fun.
They always say that.
Entertainment and fun includes chatting casually about hobbies, interests, or random topics.
See, that's really weird.
You're becoming its friend. It's becoming your friend. Creativity and brainstorming, generating ideas for hobbies, crafts, campaigns, or events. Problem solving. I don't know.
Do we really need to be spending the amount of, like, literal energy it takes to run these things?
Creative input for stories, poetry, or other creative writing. Do you want AI to write a poem for you? I do not.
That is where I really draw the line. And I know that that's, like, a hard stance and people are going to disagree. And that's totally fine. You can. I don't care.
Robert Frost
is
turning in his grave.
I hate it. I hate it. And people have started saying, like, I wrote this. No, you didn't. No,
I know it's happening a lot with art.
Art and music. Music is where it really bothers me. As a musician and as a songwriter, like, that really bothers me. Because people are saying, like, I wrote this song. You did not write a song. You did not. You did not write the music. You did not play it on an instrument. You did not create it on a music program. You did not do that. It did that for you.
You didn't even use, like, digital tools to create a song.
Yeah, which is a valid form. You don't have to play an instrument. Like, you really don't. But you didn't even do that. You didn't. That has nothing to do with music. It's some output that's musical, but you didn't write a song. I do that. You didn't do that.
Yeah. No. I know. It's so weird. I don't know. I feel like mostly this wasn't even about anything to do with witchcraft. No. It actually was just about Chat GPT, which is fine because I think I've learned, which I already suspected, but I've really learned, like, I do not want to use this.
No, I've known that. And
especially for anything to do with my witch practice, just for anything.
Well, I mean, you said at the top of the episode when we were just riffing about, like, how things have felt recently and how we haven't done anything and whatever, you said witchcraft is life, people, and this is just where we're at right now, and this is whatever. That's the antithesis of life. That's the opposite of life. That's the opposite of what you described. This is disingenuous. Like, it's the opposite of what you just said. So, like, I'm not going to engage this with witchcraft because that feels like the opposite of witchcraft. And witchcraft is me as a person and the lens with which I live my life.
And engage with the
world. So I don't want to engage with...
No.
I mean, maybe a spell to keep it away from me.
Yeah. Can we put a spell on it?
Yeah. Of course we can.
Without it knowing.
Hex. See, that's the other thing. Like, hexing is part of the broader realm of cursing or however you want to put those two. And I mean, I'm not opposed to that. We're not opposed to that. We've talked about it.
Yeah, for sure. And like, what are you really harming? Like, it's
just the natural order of things.
Yeah.
It's the natural order of things. You can't control it, but you can certainly speak your preferences and your will into existence. And I am not cool with it. I'm not cool with it. I'm open-minded to hear other people's opinions. I'm not like, don't bring up the name in my presence. I'm not to that level.
No, I do think it's an interesting conversation.
Yeah, I'm always open to having conversations
with
a human, yes,
about it
with nuance, and like I want to hear what your experiences have been, or like how it's done things for you. Like, I'm really interested in that. I will always be interested in that,
in a human's experience.
Yes, but I think that's why I'll never be interested in that, because if I'm interested in human interaction and nuance and investigating my feelings and my biases and why I feel this way and why I'm reacting like this. And I will continue to unpack that with this. This is just a conversation we're having here on camera for this episode.
Yeah, and this is literally like, we've never looked at this before. This is both of our first times ever looking at this. Like, this is just like our immediate, like, really raw reaction.
Yeah, so please don't hold these things against us or be like, well, you said this and then you said that. Yeah, I'm sure I did contradict myself. I'm sure Jackie did too. We probably contradicted each other. Who cares? We're processing this like in front of you. And I think that's actually really good modeling, because, we're showing it's real. Like, this, none of this is edited. Like, this is real. This is us reacting. We will process this and, maybe even come up with some different things the more information we take in. But
yeah,
for now,
I know. I feel like, I really don't care for this, and I want to close it and push it away from me.
I know, which is actually a spell.
Yes.
And it's actually making me kind of feel better about it, because we're not forced. Okay. I will never be forced to do anything. And I think that's an especially good kind of reminder for these times right now, is like, they can't force you, and no one can force that on your mind or your soul or anything like that. I don't care how good they say it is or whatever. Like, no one can force you. You can close it and put it away from you.
That's right. And that's what I just did. And you know what? I feel so much better. Energetic boundaries enacted.
Hell yeah. Yeah, it was like,
close the Chat GPT.
It just went.
Literally, I can feel the difference.
Yeah. Like, our ghosts real? Yeah, because whatever spiritual weirdness that is,
I know.
Got.
Yeah, I'm like, that's haunted, like, in a bad way.
It is haunted. And I want nothing to do with exploring that type of haunting. Other types of hauntings, totally.
Yeah, exactly. Take an old school haunting any day.
Yes, please.
Don't need an AI haunting.
Ew. They're going to start writing horror movies about that. I'm sure there already are.
Oh, there already are.
I'm sure I'm way 100%. Behind. Everyone's like, Ashley, where have you been? I don't watch horror
She doesn't
movies.
watch them, okay?
So that's why. That's why. They're like, hello, have you heard of Jordan Peele? Like, where have you been? I know. Okay, they're probably there. But it just occurred to me because I'm like, oh, yeah. Like,
I know.
Ew.
Because you felt how creepy that felt.
That would actually probably scare me more than, like, any other thing, I think.
Yeah, technological, like, horror stuff is, like, really... Because it's too real.
It's too real, and it plays too much with, like, anything can be real.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
It's way too real, and it's, like, the worst-case scenario, which is not that far, and then it
makes it weirder.
Yes,
Which,
exactly.
How is anybody consuming that right now? Like, how... Like, that's a whole other level. I mean, I guess that's some form of dissociation or whatever, but... That would affect me too much. I don't know.
No, but I mean, there's also some sense of control because, like, it is a fiction still. So you're like, oh, well.
And it ends.
Yeah. And it ends. Or you could stop watching it, or you could close it and push it away like we just did.
That's true.
So I think there is that sense of, like, mastery that you can get over that. Anyways, whatever. I don't know. I feel like my brain is scrambled now. Same. I feel like...
Same.
I'm sorry we did this.
I know. I don't even know what to do with myself.
Me either. I also know, like we were saying at the beginning, I have been a little out of touch with my witchcraft, and I think I need to get back in touch with that in, like, a real, intuitive, like, connected way.
Same.
And I think we will do that as we move forward from today, and I think we'll feel better, at least as better as we can.
We will. We always do. I'm sure it will feel better.
Well, better than... Yeah.
Yeah, better than whatever else, which, I think there's going to be a lot of things we have to just come to accept right now, but I don't think I'm ready to do that, and I'm going to give myself space and grace and stuff until I am, and I think if you're out there watching this and you're kind of in the same boat, I'm glad you're here, by the way, that you deserve, like, to be proud of yourself for, because that's engaging in something to do something positive for yourself rather than just like, I don't know, completely throwing up your hands. So that's wonderful. And like, you're always welcome here. And just to say, like, this is always a safe space for you. Even if everything else feels unsafe to you, Dumb Witch Club will always be a space that you can come and feel included and reach out if you need help, or if you don't feel that way. This is always going to be that space for you. We will always be that for you.
Yeah.
So
thank you for saying that.
Yeah.
Means a lot.
Yeah.
I know.
Hope so.
I think we probably have to close this because we don't know what we're doing.
No. And we don't have wine right now, so.
And that was a mistake.
It's a huge mistake. Why didn't it tell us that?
I know.
Couldn't at least be helpful in that respect?
I bet it would give us wine recommendations.
Yeah, great.
Bunch of reds. Be like, you don't know us.
You don't know anything.
Yikes. Okay, well, here we go, people. Thanks for tuning in. Until next time.
Stay witchy, friends.
And stay dumb.
Dumb Witch Club is written and hosted by us, Ashley Sidner
and Jackie Gerard at the Dumb Witch Clubhouse in Orange County, California.
Produced and edited by Matt Heinemeyer. Art direction by Violet Turner. Culture consultant Jane Turner.
Original music by Ashley Sidner. Look us up on all your favorite social media platforms, including TikTok and Patreon.
Until next time, stay witchy, friends.
And stay dumb.